Hello and welcome to Sam's Easy Piano. Today I'm going to be looking at a piano tutorial on Dance Monkey. Now I've had a number of requests to do this one, so I'm really excited to get into it. So we're going to break this up into three parts. Firstly, I'm going to be looking at the right hand, breaking it down into some melody and some chordal accompaniment. And then in part two, I'll go into the left hand, which features a really cool chord progression with fast moving changes. And then lastly, we'll then focus on putting the hands together, then building up our speed to the original speed of the song. So this particular tutorial is aimed at the intermediate to advanced level. If you're looking for something a bit more simple, I will be posting a link soon in the description box to my simpler version of Dance Monkey. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe in the red box here for more content coming really soon, which I'm really excited to show you. So without further ado, let's get into part one. So we're going to start off with an F sharp minor chord. So to play that, that's F sharp, A and C sharp. Then I'll move to a D major chord with D, F sharp and A. Then I move to an E major chord with E, G sharp and B. And then to a C sharp minor chord with C sharp, E and G sharp. And each one of these chords, you're going to repeat it 8 times. Then I'll move to a 4 on an S sharp with 3 on E. Then another chord with A, C sharp and F sharp. Back to 3 on E and back and forth between these 3 notes in the E. And then we quickly move on into another chord with my 1 on A, 2 on D, 3 on E and 5 on G sharp. Now with 5 and 1, do an octave stretch. Then move to a new chord with B and G sharp with 1 and 4. Then follow the melody, followed by a C sharp minor chord with 1, 2 and 4. Up to this point, everything that we've just played in the right hand will be repeated again. Once you've done that, let's move on to the next part. Then we'll progress to an octave stretch with 5 and 1 on C sharp and then move down to B. Then play another chord with 1 on C sharp, 2 on F sharp and 5 on B. Then follow the melody. Then repeat G sharp. Then play 2 on F sharp, 1 on E and quickly move your 3 to F sharp. Then an octave stretch on 5 and 1 on your A's. Then move down to G sharp. Then back to A and then straight back to G sharp. Then repeat F sharp twice with 5 and 1. And then finish on A. Then move to 5 and 1 on B and then down to A. Then use a 1 on A, 2 on C sharp and 5 on G sharp. Then switch to 4 on F sharp and alternate between the finger 4 and the chord. And then switch to 1 on A and 4 on F sharp, followed by an octave stretch on A. And repeat that again twice and move down to G sharp. Then extend your 2 over with a big stretch to F sharp. Up to 4 on A, followed by another C sharp minor chord. And lastly, use 1 on 5 for an octave stretch on F sharp, playing this twice. Now from this point, we're going into the main chorus part. So play the chord with 1 on C sharp and 4 on A, and play the 3 on G sharp and 2 on F sharp. Moving down to the lower chord with 1 on A with 3 stretching to F sharp. Then play an octave stretch from A to A with an F sharp with the 1, 3 and 5, repeated twice. Then play the next chord from B to G sharp with 1 and 3. Then alternate between G sharp and F sharp using 3 and 2, following the melody that I'm playing. Then play 1 on C sharp, 2 on F sharp. Then you repeat the first part of the chorus again in the same way. Followed by 1, 3 and 5 on A, F sharp and A again. And then returning to B and G sharp and alternate again between F sharp and G sharp. Now we're going to move to the left hand and look at the positions that accompany the first 4 chords in the introduction. So we get 1 on F sharp to 3 on D. Then 1 on E to 3 on C sharp. Then we have a repeated pattern in the left hand that continues all the way up to the chorus. 5 and 1 on the octave stretch on F sharp, moving to an F sharp minor chord. Then move down to D with a D major chord. Then quickly move your 5 and 1 down to E, followed by an E major chord. Then lastly moving 5 and 1 down to C sharp and jumping straight back up for a C sharp minor chord. Now it's important that you practice this part quite a few times until you get the fluency. Now we're going to move on to the left hand arrangement for the chorus. This begins with 5 and 1 on F sharp as an octave stretch. Then move 5 and 1 down to D. Then move my 5 and 1 up to E. And then lastly move my 5 and 1 down to C sharp. Now we're going to develop the left hand a bit more and alternate between 5 and 1 on your F sharps. Then again move down to 5 and 1 on your Ds. Then over to E. And then lastly to your C sharp. Then finally, once you've learned all of the right hand and the left hand part separately, now we're going to move into hands together for part 3. So I'm going to play this slowly at first, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to play it at full speed. end of this tutorial. Now what you'll need to do is practice each section slowly, and especially when you add in the left hand playing hands together, you'll need to spend some sufficient time developing that left hand, practicing the movement from the octave stretch to the chord, moving back and forth in each position. Once you can then do that fluently, then it's then time to move on to hands together. And when you're doing your hands together, make sure that you practice slowly first and then build up your speed. And I'm confident that it will sound just like what you've heard at the end of this video. So thanks for listening, and don't forget, if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and a subscribe for more content coming really soon. I'll see you on the next video.